play a game.
Hello. Oh, no game. Okay, let's fix that. You want to watch a game, not me. So many sources, so little time. Yay, game. Alrighty, yes, hello to Rails, Michael and Dan. And yes, I do have the West Coast Mainline expansion pack. And I'll be writing it soon. Did I say that? Probably. The only thing I didn't put on was the branded trains. Because, you know, that thing. I have just literally wolfed down my breakfast, having got some stuff done this morning. I think we might start with a Class 170. Why not? Why not, indeed? And which one are we supposed to run? That's a good question. I reckon this one looks pretty. We'll run this one. No? Let's go, man. Yeah, we'll run this one. We'll run the one that looks cool. And they're all short, aren't they? All right. Well, we'll run one of those. We'll run something in the morning. Something in the morning. I've planned this well, clearly. I'm just doing random stuff. We'll even leave dynamic weather on. Hello, Mark B. How are you? Hope you're well. I have news. I will be coming to Chatham. Dan cleans them and hates them. Oh, I'd understand that. Yes. I couldn't think of anything worse than cleaning trains from horrible, hideous people. To be honest, Master Key. Oh, I haven't run the Rail Driver mod. Damn. Rail Driver mod. Come on, Cobra. Wake up. Talk to the Rail Driver. Come on. Come on. You can do it. No. Don't talk to the Xbox controller, you stupid thing. Right. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, but that's okay. Will it work? Will it work? Yes, it works. Good. All right, let's put that back where it was so we don't confuse the game. Forwards, probably. What else do we do on these things? We open the doors. There's a plan. Yes, okay. Do anything else on these? Headlights, maybe? Headlights. Day back up. No? You can't quite get onto the switch with the Rail Driver. Okay, let's let it stay running and hope it stays there. Tail lights off. That sounds like a plan. Safety switches. You always set up time and you're going to drive for 2 minutes. No, it's fine. Turn on vigilance and it goes off. Grouse. DRA. That looks good. Where are we? I don't even know where we are. We're going to Cardiff Central, that much is clear. Are we at New Street? We are. Look at that. We're on Birmingham, Bam-ba-lam. The home of that perfect song, which everybody thinks was by Spiderbait, but it wasn't. They just did a cover of it. Let's get our doors shut in preparation to go. Cheers, folks. Hello to Mark B as well. Let's see if we can get this thing to move, huh? Sounds promising. Brakes are coming off. I think it's leaving. Yes. Not exactly a Gunsel's view, but it's a view nonetheless. Why am I running mods? Can. Never noticed the detail up there before, all that welding and stuff. Oh, that's kind of cool. He's going too fast already. Next he'll derail the train. No wipers. Stop it. Yeah, windows. Let's get a window open. So how are folks? Oh, and I'll say, like, it's easier for me to run mods because I'm not in the beta anymore. I don't have to worry about keep stripping them out, but I will mostly just look at the brands, even though I like having branded trains. Yeah, look at the hideous glow on the overhead light equipment. Just, it's getting lit from outside, isn't it? It wasn't included in the light bake, I'm guessing. Probably because, did we use this tunnel in the real game? Not sure. Guess we did. Pre-mods. Never noticed them like that before. Clearly I'm blind. Hello, Maddie Lynn. Dan says my local shithole. Birmingham New Street. Rails wants to know when I'm going to visit Chicago. Oh, revisit, yes. It was a revisit, but I didn't leave the airport. I was flying to New York, and New York closed. Snow. And our alternate was Chicago, which was also closed. Snow. So we landed at Chicago anyway. That was exciting. You don't want exciting when you're flying, not really. I had fun on Friday night because I had a new trainee fireman who I was talking through firing us on that outward journey. And when we dumped all the people off at the thing called the packing shed, which is where they have their dinner, Drive said, do you want to drive it down to the lake and bring it back? And I'm going, of course I do. Get out of the way, mate. So there's a lot of firsts on that. First night drive, first drive in the fog, first shunting. That's really good. So we're not stopping at this one, I'm guessing. Doesn't look like it. Dan's hoping they revisit the 170, missing the loud cooling fans that doesn't really notch up correctly. And you're on the down Bristol. Rails says O'Hare actually has a massive renovation project. Fair enough. Always a good thing to do. Oh no, he sped up early. Saved by the ding. So it's actually the first time I've even had a look at it with these mods in. Because I installed them all, made sure the game started, and that was it. That's all I had time for yesterday. I don't think I've even got mastery. But that's okay. A little while out from university, but yes, news. I will be coming to Chatham. I shall be there in August. I still reckon that bridge hits the train with its little pointy out bricks bit. Dan did an amazing job with the BCC EP. No, everything should be enabled. There shouldn't be anything left to do, I hope, unless you can see something missing. Do I need to enable it like a mastery tile or something? We can go and have a look at that in a minute if I do. Hello, I will eat you. Normally I overshoot. Tone Star, hello. Welcome to university. The doors will open on the left. Mind the gap between your knowledge and the knowledge available at the university. Oh, who are we kidding? That's what university's for. University's for getting drunk and having parties and meeting people. And at the end of it, you get a piece of paper that says you know how to get drunk. I'm just going to stop here. It'll do. You're across the pond, Tone Star. Which pond? Pacific Pond? The Atlantic Pond? The Tasman Sea? So I need to turn it on. Okay, at the end of this run, we'll go and have a look. So we turn it on using mastery system? Or do we turn it on somewhere else? Rail says, how come diesel locomotives hold less fuel than steam locomotives? Because they don't need as much. It's pretty simple. All right, so if we have to enable stuff, let's go and do that. Let's go have a look. Across the Atlantic, fair enough. Welcome. Just going to have a look and see if I need to go into the mastery, which, God, I never can remember where it actually is. Under live, isn't it? Mastery rewards. They're all turned on. Scenery tiles, posters Germany. I probably don't even have mastery for this route, to be honest. Not in this build. I did that in a previous build a long time ago. No, so there's probably nothing to turn on then. That's fine. That's fine. Let's go back out of here, back to the trains, and let's run something else on Birmingham. I could be missing one. The mods I put in are in the chat, so I might actually be missing one. Hopefully not. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let me load up this thing, and I'll put it over here, and we can have a look at it. So, where's my sources? It'll help you guys to understand where mods come from anyway, because it's quite possible I am missing one. Browser. Where are you hiding, browser? Why are you hiding? Why? Oh. I don't seem to actually have a browser source anymore. I must have accidentally deleted it. What an idiot. Right. Window capture. We'll add that. Oh, there we go. Add existing. You have got one. Good. All right. And this should be that. There we go. All right. So if we have a look at Birmingham. Did I spell that right? I hope I did. Birmingham Cross City 2021. And so I did put that in. So which one do you think I'm missing? Which one did you think I was missing? I'm just looking back through the chat here. Yeah, you got plenty of your mods here, Dan. That one's in, I'm pretty sure. The extra paths is in. That should be in. I'm pretty sure this one's one that I downloaded. Or is there something else I have to add? Just drag the pack file. Do a sequence team. I've got that. That's fine. Oh, maybe it's this one. I have to add this. No, that's the one I've got. I'm sure I've got that. Pretty sure I do. Let's go have a look. You can't see what I'm doing at the moment. That's okay. How are people anyway? Common. That one. That one. That one. Content. DLC. We've got those. Best got BCC Scenery Pack. BCC Enhancement Pack. They're all here. So I've got, there's 5 essentially. THB BCC Trains Pack. THB BCC Timetable Pack. THB BCC Stations Pack. Spike's Brummy Paths Pack. Bestcott BCC Scenery Pack. And the BCC Enhancement Pack. So they should all be here, I think. I think. That's BCC Scenery Pack, so that's the one I've got, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Best got BCC Scenery Pack. That's the right one. Let's see if I'm missing any others. Let's go back. This is Train Sim Community, which is the best place to get mods for TSW. For other things like Railroader, it's another site. It's Mods Nexus is one of the best ones. So, is there anything I'm missing? I don't think so, because these are all just the routes you need. And they're all the ones I've got. So unless one of these has another, no, it shouldn't be though. No, looks all right. It's from the link you sent. Oh, you sent me a link in Discord, have you? Let's go have a look. That I won't show. Where is Discord? There it is. It's hiding. Did you DM it or did you send it to the TSD channel? Ah, there we go. From Grumpy Dan. No, that's a Vectron one. So I don't need a Vectron one. Ah, just got another link. It's okay, it's just come. Cross City line enhancements. I thought I had that. Let's go visit the site again. Now, is that showing? No, it's not. So it's opened in another browser. Clever. Yeah, let's go and tick this browser. Have a look at this one too. All right, there we go. Did that go live? I think it did. Good. Okay. Okay. Let's drag this one down there too. You know, even though I am clearly mature, I still find that funny that it's hand job. Yep. Anyway, all right. Has this got anything that it needs as well? Doesn't look like it. So we shall exit the game because that will be necessary. We'll go back to a black screen for a little while. I could just quit from there, couldn't I? It'd be so much quicker. And I will put that, find that wherever that downloaded to. Never trust files from the internet, folks. Unless they come from someone you like. Even then, don't. All right, now we start it back up again, and it'll take 3 million years to start up. So in the meantime, I could read the chat. Alrighty. Who have we got here? And we'll have to go back into the mastery again. It's linked to Biscot's EP page. EMTHSTS sounds more than the GWR TBH. I don't load a lot of sound mods because they don't worry me that much. Rails said people shouldn't be against railroads and stop focusing on roads more. I don't know why they're against railroads. I will eat you said I did a London Overground livery on the 1972 stock. That looked kind of nice, actually. And do you remember Game of Gnomes from Train Simulator? I do. I think I ran it on stream. And I will eat you says it's been a long time since you've seen Nightbot. Yes, Nightbot's happy. Hello, bad guy. And this one needs to be enabled as mastery. So we'll go in and do that straight away. This is the wonderful world of mods. We have one of the modders. Actually, we have 2 modders who are in the chat today. I certainly encourage you, if you are on PC, to explore the mods because they're fun. Live. Had a brain fade there. Right. Cross City enhancements. Okay. Back. Back. Let's turn them on. Let's go. Let's play. Won't play that same one, though. What should we do this time? Do a 3-2-3? Why not? Or a 350? We'll do a 350. No, that one? Wolverhampton. Why not? Let's get beaten up. Great place, Wolverhampton. My brother-in-law used to live in Wolverhampton. He's coming here today. It's my youngest son's birthday today, so it'll be a bit of a quickie stream because they'll appear here any second. Any second. That would appear that we are at New Street again, wouldn't it? We are. We're on the 750 Walsall. Oh, it's one of those squeaky trains, an HST in the cross country livery, sorry. Anyway, we should probably do something about our train instead of looking at everybody else's trains. Forward, doors open. Do I need to turn this on? I think I do in here. I think I need to set head codes on this too, but that is not something I care that much about. Switches are around here somewhere. Oh, there they are. DUSD, VC, and TPWS, AWS, everything goes beep, 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 beep. Right. Good. Now, headlights, headlights, headlights. How do I do headlights in this one? Or are they up there? Lighting, 8. So we've got tail lights on the back, and we've got bucket lights on the front. That'll do. It's done. Cool. Come, oops, no, click off the screen. There we go. And what about instrument lights? Do those the easy way. Wait until 750. What are we in? No, wrong. Get up. Even though DSD will go off now and beep at us. Oh, look, it works. Twinsies. The only thing different about his hair, isn't it? That's kind of funny. Hello, people. How we all doing? Ready for an exciting trip? Of course you are. You've all got tickets, yeah? Yep, everybody's paid? Yeah, good, good. What about you? Are you a Faravader? You look like a Faravader. Hey, watch out for that guy next to you. He's got a ponytail. Ooh, discipline paddles. Quiet train. Close doors, let's go. Ooh, that was a bit chunky. Brakes are going on. He's going to move, look at that. I Will Eat You says Matt likes pink trains. He does. The Vectron one adds Road Runner. Meep, meep. We have the ubiquitous 350, unbranded. Going into the darkness where you can't tell. Looks like another HST coming in up there. Uh-oh. Did VC silently go off or something? That HST's probably waiting for us. Oh, I see. The power brake controller is very sensitive. It's been ages since I've run the Birmingham route. In fact, I kind of think last time I did it publicly was the challenge I did with British Ace when we drove the trains from the rear cab backwards. I think that might be the last time I actually ran it in a place where people could see it. Stop going for min brake. I'm going to want lots of brake. We have changed. We've got our diversion. Ah, 25. That looks like 15 to me. What's the worst that could happen? Turn on our side. Yeah. That'd be okay. Wouldn't matter. Ooh. Faint suspicion we're going to have a train over the top of us. There it is. Look at that. See what happens when you go places the route builders don't think you would? You find things like this. Stop at Dude's Town. I know that's not what it is. It's okay, don't shoot me. Michael Newberry is very tired. He's been on the night shift. Bad guy says, why do you have to enable it in mastery? That's just kind of how they get them on to activate. I assume it's adding additional scenery. Ooh, partially obscured signal by a tree. I like it. Saw some workers. Got to do that. Now arriving at Dude's Town. Crunch, crunch, crunch goes wench down the stairs. That'll do. That'll do nicely. Oh. Alright, we'll just wait for someone in a skirt then. That never happened. There's only, I think it's less than 10 character models in Train Sim World, and they just all wear different clothes. It's kind of amusing that we're inside a staircase, but that's okay. Locks the doors. Lights are if you look below the AWS. Somewhere down there. Hazard lights, tail lights off. Oh yeah. Marker only's fine anyway. Instrument and desk, that'll do fine. We can go proper speed now. Except we've got yellows. Ooh, those plants are the kind that grow as you pass them. I hope they never fix that, because I kind of like it. Off to Aston. So since I'm coming to the UK again, I need to find places to go. So Severn Valley Railway's on the cards. The North Norfolk is on the cards. I'm going to spend a day there with Jamie. That's the plan anyway. Didcot will be on the cards because I missed it last time. I want to go, maybe, if it's not too far out of the way, that little tiny railway. Done with little trains. Barnstaple or something like that. Get off the brakes. There you go. So other suggestions are welcome. Oh, I need to head down to Poole as well, because I want to fix Henter's computer. I don't know if you know Tony. He's another ambassador streamer, Hentus Rail. He's been having dramas with his PC, and I've promised him I'll go fix it while I'm there.
May I have your attention, please?
That's all she wanted. I just want your attention. Nothing else. In you get, people. No. Prick just pushed me out of the way. They do that. Ha ha, missed your train. Alrighty, that's it for that one. Hello, C. How are you? Back to main menu. I will eat you says interesting to see the TGV duplex layer on Southeastern High Speed. Everything's good. Birmingham Alarm. I think we need to do a 323. It is the home of the 323 after all. Which one do we do though? Let's do the green one. I'll leave dynamic weather on for a change. And let's go all the way. Why not? Why not? It's been so long. Let's do this. How are you, C? We are running Bambalam, Birmingham. You got your car. Excellent. Excellent. It's good news. You missed the news that I will be in the UK very soon. Well, not very soon. A couple of months. Tail lights off. Day head sounds fine. Everybody likes a bit of day head. On. What else do we do? Wipers are there when I need them later. That's good. And safeties are probably up here. Not that one. Wars. Quiet you. Vigilance. And that looks like it on that one, because... What about that one? What do you do? No, we don't want a temporary isolate. Let's have a window open, though. So there's lots of HST services, but no drivables. Got a West Coast rolling in here. C says meet up for a cheeky pint. There's potential there. Is it time to go? Not yet. So that's us over there. And there's this one here, which is headed off somewhere. Regional railways. I heard your new Great British Railways got revealed early. Or some such. Are you certain of your stopping pattern? No idea. We're just gonna get on with it. Grip it and rip it. And then stop ripping it. C says, I don't miss working nights. Oh, I'm not surprised. I was getting onto a night shift on Friday, 4 p.m. to midnight. But mind you, it's running a steam train. And it was highly enjoyable because I got to drive part of the trip, which was first night drive, first drive in the fog, first time shunting. Normally when the driver lets the fireman drive, the driver takes over during shunting, but because there was no one around, because it's nighttime, it was safe for me to do it, so we did. Off we go to 5 Ways, where if you do watch Hentus's streams is probably where Wendy's waiting. I don't think I have headlights on. No, I do. They're just not very good. Well, it's pretty normal for this game, I suppose. Crappy headlights. It's clearly a busy timetable. There's a lot of yellow signals. I like that. Here at the Street of New. Michael says, I do not mind them, just hate how they came about. No warning, I'm only on first shift trying to adjust. Ah, that's shift work, mate. You love it. Shift work sucks. It's that simple. But if you think back to before you had the position, Michael, where you were having concerns about things, it's better to have the job. There will be a bit of background noise today as people do things around the house too, so just expect that. Can't do anything about that today. Next up, 5 Ways. Watch out for Wendy. She likes it 5 ways. Preferably with 5 guys. And if you don't know where that joke comes from, you need to watch Hentus. He's like a rude little boy in a 45-year-old man's body. But that's okay, aren't we all? I saw a collectible. This train's going to beep at us, but I don't care. Because we've got a cow to collect. There we go. That's every train driver should plant flowers, surely. I should have done some runs on this before the mod, so I could tell the difference. But see, this route does have a timetable update. We're running the 2021 timetable. It's just not a public one. It's a well, it is a public one. In fact, it's entirely a public one. It's not a dovetail one. Off we go to university to increase our knowledge of pubs and how to meet people. You can meet whatever people your choice happens to be at university. Everyone's there. And they're all delightful. Just watch out for students, for Christ. Because they're not. They're scary. C says the route screen for update. We've done that. We've had a rail tour pass through earlier today. Mark 1 carriages with 97 and 37s. That'd be cool. So what else am I going to visit? Iwalichi says, I've painted the BR Mark 3As from Overshap in Deutschbahn intercity livery. They are on Creatives Club. Cool. You should start making mods. Because then you could do them heaps better. Does this area have a fence before? Or is that the mod? Be interesting to see what else we see on our way through to Redditch. It's Redditch? Reddick. One or the other. Someone will tell me. Oh, Alicia says, oh, we've done that one. C says Five Guys milkshake is lush and the food is nice. It is nice. It's very expensive for what it is, though. We don't have Five Guys here. Nearest you'll get to Five Guys here is a place called Grilled. And I quite like them because the difference between, we call it Hungry Jack's, but it's Burger King, or McDonald's and Grilled, price-wise, it's probably about 20% more to buy Grilled, but the burgers are awesome. They're massive. They have really good amounts of food in them. And you can get really cool things like pineapple and beetroot on your burger, like you should be able to. Bloody workers. No flagmen. What's going on there? And another little cow. You know what we're going to do? We're stopping early because we can go get the cow. Moo. Hello? Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Oh, yeah, you didn't walk into it. Good. I reckon those little horns would hurt. Ah, like the fog generator's been turned on. Wait 30 seconds? What? Really? No. Michael said it's not that, it's definitely more money, and I love that. It's just the fact I was not given the time or day or two to prepare myself. That's not at all unusual in switching from night to day, because companies, they go, oh yeah, we manage fatigue and we look after our people. No, they don't. Never do. Not at all. They'll have all the paperwork that says they do. They'll have a policy that says that you get 2 days break between day and night and things like that, but they won't actually do it. I go, oh, Michael, we're in a bit of a pinch, mate. And, yeah, I know you meant to get 2 days break, but what if we just take that as read that you did and you go and do these shifts? This is the way. Cranes. I don't remember cranes on this route before. Off we go to Selly Oak, which isn't terribly far away. It's a place where oak trees get drunk and get a little bit selly. Well, you see, in America they have to follow the American labor laws too, and they just sacked everybody anyway. Because it only matters if you're prepared to go to court. It's the same with here. We have all these things, but we have a thing called the Fair Work Commission, which you can rock up at without a lawyer. And you can go, I'm being treated unfairly, and they'll have a look at it, and they'll investigate, and if you are, they will address it. Selly Oak. And as they said to George, watch out for that tree. The F1 train drops down through its gears. C calls it Smelly Oak. Fair enough. Felt necessary. Hello, you Burke. 1 AM there. Very cool. I was just getting home at 1 AM from my Friday night shift on the trains the other night. Off we go. I don't have any sound mods, but that sounds like a better horn than I'm used to.
Are revised for the coming weekend, and passengers are advised to check the revised times of their trains before travelling. Full details are available on posters around the station.
Due to necessary engineering works, we're going to fuck up your weekend. You'll love it. Off we go to the most important station in the world, unless you're from Switzerland, the home of real chocolate. I didn't say it. Today's journey is from the machine that goes... Timing was off. This lovely foggy day. With bushes that hit the train. Scraped down the side. We have got some canal boats there. Oh, the fog machine got switched off. It is such a balls transition, that one, isn't it? One day. Whee! I understand why AWS is on a channel that sounds outside the train, but why is Vigilance on a channel that sounds outside the train? Where is it? Where is it? I'm hungry. Where is it? There it is. Oh, I've already collected them. All that effort for nothing. Oh well, that's fine. G'day. How you doing? Oh, you just ignore me then. Actually, that'll be a cool thing. I can go back to doing my favourite thing in London. Annoying people. Because I have to say, people on the tube take it so well when you turn to them and go, "G'day, mate. I'm from Australia. How are you? What do you do?" I just love it. Kings Norton, next cross. Does the king ride a Norton? That's the question. Now that Nortons are made in England, in India and not England, will the king ride a Norton? Don't know. He's probably a little bit old for a motorbike anyway. Probably crash it and kill himself, and that would suck. No one needs that. Yes, the weather transitions do suck. They really do. I will each who's been watching some Shining Time Station. Yeah, I remember that one. It was about 2001, something like that. Supposed to put your hand up, worker. Acknowledge that I acknowledged you. Kings Norton, next stop. I think that garden might be in from the mod, because I remember Kings Norton was kind of barren. Still looks very basic, this station. It's too clean. Much too clean. Bad guy says, word transitions happen way too frequently. I agree with that. Bubeck says, compared to the Insta Fogon, the others are great. C says, Kings Norton, where I used to live. Fair. Bad guy says, like when you're Canadian and you travel or see a foreigner here in Canada. How's it going, eh?
The 13:45 service to Redditch has been cancelled. This is due to a member of train crew being unavailable.
Oh, I remember that unavailable thing. I had one of those when I was... What train was it? It was West Coast, actually. They didn't have a crew. The train was sitting in the platform and they didn't have a crew. We all had to get off. Did I just see what I thought I saw? Yes, I did. Hello, bird. How you doing? Yeah, shit on the signal. Go on. Go on, crap on it. Full bananas. More workers. Looks like we've got a bit of an RHT sitting here waiting for some locomotives and storage. Another one further up. It's good to see some stuff in the yards. Lots of yellow signals. Northfield, next stop. Gotta say, I do like English safety systems. English safety systems are refined and polite. German safety systems are like, hey, do you want a butt plug? What? There's a 66 with some hoppers. Oh, I better think about stopping for Northfield too, hadn't I? Do we have a B4? No, we just got 3 and then emergency. Stay in 3. Northfield. I feel it's going to stop. Stop it will, yes. In fact, it's almost perfect. Look at that. Door's behind you. Yeah, over there. That's right. Are you just going to walk off now? Yeah, good on you. Stephen Tim says there is a bug with the flowers that won't stay in the cow. Oh yeah, some of them don't. Some of them you have to collect them every time you go past them. Yes, it's been like that forever. I just realised that's an electrically connecting knuckle coupler. Long Bridge, next stop. On Wednesday, we'll run the updated Subway Sim 2. I was going to run it today, but I had actually promised another person I would run their East Coast Main Line mods in TSW, but unfortunately it didn't do quite what it's supposed to do for me. So it's just a touch problematic. So I'm not running it. Sadly enough. Hey, here's a question for you. Anybody that owns GoPro crap, why do their batteries go flat by themselves when they're not actually in a camera? I've never encountered camera batteries that go flat by themselves before over a short period of time. Over a really long time, sure, but not a short period of time. Because I had grand plans of mounting a GoPro on the roof of the Loco on Friday. because it was going to be a nice misty night. They would have got some really nice video, but no, didn't happen. Long bridge. If you're going to have a bridge, you should have a long one. As we roll up on the red signal, something drivers love doing. That'll do. Doors open and put the DRA thing on. Clearly you've never done that before. Melbourne train guy. Oh, Uberk says, what did King snort on? Lines. Melbourne train guy says the instant disappear fog is funny. I love the slow transition from digital to drizzle to lightning storm. No, why did I read digital? Idiot. Irelichu says, have I heard of OC Transpo? Not really. Lord Vectron, hello. Uberk says, gotta drive, have fun, have a great shift, Uberk, enjoy yourself. Now, we have the signal, DRA off. And away we go. Bad guy says, Safi like being married. You did miss the fog, Lord Vectron. She says, I'm glad I got Peninsula Corridor and its loco add-ons before the route got discontinued. Well, of course. The Wolverhampton Wolves and a bear. Or as they say on Play School, open wide, come inside. There's a bear in there. And a chair as well. Clearly a song made in a gentler era. Iwalichi says OC Transpo is a train and bus operating company in Ottawa, Canada. I had a stationary engine that was made in Ottawa when I lived in the US, and I brought it home with me to Australia. And when I moved from the Emerald House to this house, I got rid of all my stationary engines because I had nowhere to put them, and we needed the money quite desperately to pay off the last bits of things to do with being allowed to move in here. So we liquidated and turned them all into money, and then put all the money in a house, otherwise known as the bottomless pit. Off we go to Barnt Green. Scott Green, anyone? Vigilance and AWS at the same time. That's almost like PZB and CIFA. This is one of those reds that changes when you get close to it, I think, if I remember correctly. I think there's a lot more foliage around here, isn't there, in the mod? Remember, this was distinctly empty before. It looks very nice now. C says, Wolves shit football team, I'm a Villa fan. Fair enough. My brother-in-law used to live in Wolverhampton. He's coming here today. Next stop is Barnt Green, just around the corner. I will eat you painted a pacer into a school bus in TSW since pacers are basically rail buses and they are based on bus. They are. They're a Leyland bus. They were an experiment in making trains cheaper. They're a relatively successful experiment because they outlasted a lot longer than their makers thought they would, and they were built onto a good chassis. Barnt Green, doors open on the left. If you want to go the other route, this is your last chance to get off. Otherwise, stay on. Yes, you, that guy is sleeping down there in car 3. I have grand plans this year. I'm going to bring the Steam Deck. And I have to go and ride some trains from the game and drive the train while I'm on it. Because, you know, you have to. I fully expect to end up getting interviewed by railway terrorism police somewhere going, what are you doing? But, you know, if you've got the Steam Deck, you might as well use it. Lord Vectron 4 says maybe if they had smoother bogies and better sound insulation. The little pacer. I'm actually kind of surprised they lasted as long as they did because the vibration that buses and trains encounter are quite different. Oh no, he's going too fast. Lord Vectron says, I think the pacer was the epitome of a temporary fix becoming a permanent solution. It was, and that happens a lot. I could care about going too fast, but I won't. It's a bit... frame rate's alright. This is very green, this place here. C says I need to find a place that does the paces still because I ain't been on one and I want to go on one. There's a lot of the preserved railways have got them now. All over the place. Just remember to take your seasick medication first. Because that's a pacer. Have a church, mate. Got a nice little spot full of boats there. I got to drive one of those on my last trip. was owned by a friend of a friend, and I got to cruise around Manchester with it. I wonder if I should actually hire one this year. They're expensive though. I think it's £400 for a overnight. It's quite expensive. And not made of money. There's a pussycat and a bear. That man's off to 4 jokes. One must know. You are Phoebe. Hello, Phoebe. And of course we have to... Don't look now. Whee! There's a bear in there. Empty. There's one in there. Don't know what you lot are waiting for. There's only one place you can go from here. You'd probably be better off with a laptop than a mini PC, bad guy. You can get quite capable laptops for gaming. Just check your reviews out and make sure it's one of the ones that cools itself effectively, because they tend to shit themselves if they get a bit too hot. .7 miles to Reddick. We'll see what the turnaround time is. We might change ends and take this one back. Just for shits and giggles. Irelichi says Go Transit, a proposed train called the Go ALRT at one time. Oh, that's another mod I wanted to look at, actually. There's a Go Transit mod for Oakville with passenger timetable and modded trains and all sorts of stuff. I've downloaded it, so we'll run that one on stream at some point, because I think that will be cool. Because, you know, we've been waiting 4 years for the bosses to do it. Now someone else has. Adrian Reinhardt, welcome. Cheers. Doing a route from Berlin to Stuttgart. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Oops, and I'm slowing down way too much. Don't need to. UK Tag says, only 1 AM for me, but I don't care. Lord Vectron says if you're in Australia, M-Wave has some sales. The NUC 13 Extreme. I'm in the TSD Discord, funnily enough. If you're not in my Discord, you're all very welcome. We're entirely irreverent. The only rule is be nice to each other. We generally try and avoid things like politics and religion for the simple reason it's impossible to be nice to each other when those topics come up. They sneak in occasionally. Lizard Man, hello. Says you recently got this sim and a lot of stuttering, especially on the German ICE. Running on a powerful PC, can't see any bottlenecks. Do you have an AMD processor? You will see some hitching the first time you run a route, but it shouldn't happen too badly in subsequent times. And when you say your PC is very powerful, what are your specs? So CPU, RAM, storage, and GPU. I keep forgetting this is uphill. And I love that the speed after the dead-end platform is 90 miles an hour. Of course it is. It just makes sense. So my machine's an i9 14900. I have a 4080 GPU. I've got 64 gig of DDR5 6000. I have NVMe 4 storage, and it runs the game pretty well. Adrian says, probably not especially with this game. You ask anyway, do you share streams at all? As in, have other people on the stream? Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I have guests that chat. Sometimes we play in multiplayer games. Do it with Roblox from time to time. Roblox always gets a bit crazy. You have to be in the right mood for Roblox. Because it's full of little kids doing what little kids do best, which is be a little bit crazy. As they should. I love that the signal's in front of the buffer. Surely it should be behind it. There we go. That'll do fine. We want tails on. And I think we can leave the safety systems on in this train. So put it in brake 3, which is fine. Off. Master key. And continue. Return to free roam. The home of Thorlux. Don't know what Thorlux is, but okay. These are obviously from the mod. 169 trees planted. Great.
Attention, please.
Probably killed 50 trees making the sign.
Criminals are known to operate in this area. For your own safety, please ensure that all your valuables are kept secure and out of sight.
Yes. Hold on to your valuables. Nine minutes to wait. Yeah, let's not. Let's not. Let's do another one. That is true. You do need to come in with bad dad jokes on my Discord. It's absolutely essential. I don't care if you're not a dad, you still must have dad jokes. Being a dad is certainly not a prerequisite. Why don't we do a class 37? Why not? Yeah. 9:49. I think I need to be off earlier than that. We won't run that one. What about a 66? What do we got here? These are quick. Run one of these. Morgan to Huttlepool. Done deal. We'll even leave dynamic weather on again. Adrian says, no, we've done that one. Ooh, nighttime. Yes, the streamer's friend. Good. Okay, what, night lights? Don't want tail lights. We do want instrument lights. Why are my wipers on? Stop it. 0. That's what we want. They're already on. Good. Can I turn you on? Don't think so. What about the brakes? How are the brakes? Brake. I think so. The brakes are cut in, I think. So it's probably okay. But what are they on? They're on goods. And we're on a double header. Double-headed steel. Magnificent. So I think we're pretty right to go. Just start pumping up the brakes. We'll put on our directed brake. So the train pipe is pumping up. It's one of the nice ones, this, because the flow gauge actually works. And it's the modern one with the decent backlighting. We're not really going to sit here for an hour, are we? I hope that's minutes. Lizard Man says AMD 7900, GPUs of 4090, RAM 64 gig. You shouldn't really have any dramas with that. Let me just check the 7900, whoops, and make sure it's what I think it is. Yeah, so that's... Yeah, so it's a pretty fast... It's the equivalent of a pretty fast i7. That should be fine. Yeah, you shouldn't really have any dramas with that one. How do other Unreal games play for you? You going to build some power, or won't you do it while I've got the independent brake on? Oh, of course you won't. Because I never put it in forwards, because I'm clever. Alright, now build some power. There we go. Lovely. It helps when there's no problem between the chair and the keyboard. That'd be me. Oh, you certainly can mod it on PC, Adrian. There's loads and loads and loads of them. The best place to get mods... Let me just bring it back. No, I actually closed it. Alright, let me get you a link. You can't mod it on console, but you can on PC. And the best place to get mods is that one. We have a bird's eye view of the steel train. And if you reckon that little bird's about to become a short, you're probably right. Ooh. What am I doing? Sorry, I was showing you to you. What a bonehead. How did I manage to do that? How long have I been showing you not the train? Hopefully it's not ages. That would be funny. Sad, but funny. Bad guy, criminals are always upgradable. C likes the 37. Lord Vectron Rule 2 on Discord is acknowledging Vectron's superiority. Or being grumpy. Nearly everybody on my Discord is named Grumpy. I have resisted the trend, because I'm not a trends person. This is a heavy train, you know that. Adrian said you read my mind. I will eat you said Just Trains did a pretty good job on the pacer. They did. Adrian says, did you get the new Dutch Railway one? I have got that, yes. Oops, we're going into the red. I better pare that back a little. Don't want to go in the red. Lizardman says, other games are great. So you're getting 70, 100 at MSFS. It should be alright. You could try knocking your settings back a little in TSW, but you shouldn't have to. Because I run everything maxed out, and this machine is fairly similar specs to yours. The only real difference is I've got an Intel processor. But that, in all honesty, shouldn't matter that much. It's a pity Amy's not here, actually, because I know she had some issues with AMD and she sorted them out, but I don't actually know how. How heavy is this train? It's ready to do a 10 mile an hour. Oh well. We're just going to max it out and go into the red. And run in the red till it accelerates. There it goes. Now it's accelerating. Because I don't know about you, I don't want to go up this hill at 10 mile an hour. This would be boring. You are correct, I will eat you. A pacer did go to Canada. It was an experiment. Yes, I did unfortunately change my view. It's because I opened the browser up to show you Train Sim Community earlier. And it took precedence over the game, unfortunately. In fact, there's another source I need to turn off in case, because if I turned on my Xbox right now, you'd see it. Let's get rid of that. After my last stream on the Xbox, where my little video box wouldn't play games, my Xbox source is called Piece of Shit. Yeah, I only know one person that's had an AMD related issue. I don't know what they did. If you get onto Discord, Amy is on my Discord. So you could ask. I did pop a link in a little while ago. You could ask what they did. I like shit-stirring Amy a lot about the fact that she actually uses AMD stuff. Looks like the fog machine's coming on. Where's the hotspot? Oh, it was open. Okay. How far are we going? 7 miles. Yes, we're going HUD-free. I'd have a look at your drivers. Lizard Man, just as a first thing, make sure all your board's chipset drivers are up to date. See if you've got the latest BIOS for your board. Check out the NVIDIA drivers, make sure they're up to date. Because it's, you shouldn't be having issues with that rig. You should be fine. Why is the one behind me got its headlights on? Dark. We've reached the earth-shattering speed of 20 miles an hour. Since it is the Rail 200 year, when trains first came out, there was a time when people thought if you exceeded 20 miles an hour, you would actually stop breathing. Lots of members of the scientific community even came right out and said that you would actually stop breathing. Just setting up for the gratuitous bridge shot, naturally. Bad Guy says, I really hope they get their memory issues sorted out. I've been avoiding playing certain routes because of it. I know that there have been some changes afoot. There's two areas. I'm just being a little bit careful because there's stuff I know that isn't public, but there's two areas they've talked about that is public. One is they're doing some work on track to make that take less memory. And the other one that they've been looking at is shadows, and it's particularly around distant shadows. Now that does likely mean that, wheel slip, that distant scenery may end up looking a little less defined. But I think I'd be happy to accept that, knowing that I can fix it in the ini file anyway for PC, if it solves the memory and crashing issues for consoles, because it's not good where we are at the moment with the current disparity between Gen 9 consoles and PC. Because us PC people, we always have the luxury of mucking around with our Unreal ini files to make things better. That's another thing, actually, you could look at, Lizard Man, if you, and it's a horrible place, but if you jump into the Dovetail forums, you may find people who have put up ini files. In fact, even on Train Sim Community, there might be people who have put up ini files specific for AMD processors. In fact, let's have a look. No, I'm not really seeing one. Let's see if I can find something, because sometimes people do publish ini files for particular kinds of machine combinations. Almost at the max speed for this beast. Adrian said, waited so long for that one. Watch a guy live on YouTube who drives the Dutch Railway in real life. Yeah, there's a few of those. There were a few Dutch drivers in the Ada team when that route was being built. I have a faint suspicion they will probably do more Dutch routes because there is a very large Dutch community. In fact, some of the only active stuff in Train Sim Classic is the Dutch community now. I'm sure that car was about that far above the bridge. How are we doing distance-wise? 3 miles to go, and we're only supposed to be doing 60. My, we're naughty. C said it's why you don't play TSW. Last year was the proper time we played. Did play briefly the other day. Hopefully we can convince you to come back one day, C. I clearly don't have AWS turned on. Naughty TSD. Naughty. Lizard man stops breathing when he gets to 200 in his car. Fair enough. C laughs about 200 in a car, but 200 is doable. Melbourne train guy says that's acceptable and trains him not look at the village 2 miles away sim. Yeah, I tend to agree, but it might have issues with things like distant mountains and stuff like that, which could make things like Cajon Pass, Sherman Hill, the Austrian routes, could make them look a bit ugly. Could make them look a little bit like a Rosa, potentially. But we'll see where that ends up. Yellow. Lord Vectron says that wasn't a wheel slip. The loco switches from series to parallel at 34 to 35 mile an hour and makes that noise. Yeah, okay. I always thought it was a wheel slip. Why am I coming off the brakes? That looks like a red signal. Hopefully it'll change as we approach it. Although I suppose this could be the end of my run. Got a mile to go. Bad Guy says, unfortunately for console players, myself, we don't have another option to upgrade on PlayStation 5 Pro. No, it won't use the extra memory. They haven't done a build for that. I think this red is one of the ones that changes as you approach it, but I'm not 100% on that, and this is a heavy train, so I'm coming in a bit slow. Kind of deliberately. Adrian says climbing up a hill. Excellent. Bad Guy says Dovetail's pretty well given up on Train Sim Classic. They have actually announced that. They're not developing either the game or routes anymore. The money's just not there, really. So the big upgrade that they did, they had to do, because at the start of this year, it uses a very old browser as part of its front end. And it would have stopped working in January this year because of some changes to Windows and changes to Steam requirements. And I'm beginning to think we're going to have to stop. And of course they change. So they are still going to release an annual pack. This year it's Chatham Mainline, Saluda Grade, which I think's not a good choice, but whatever. And I can't remember what the German one is. And there is a paid Dutch route coming for Train Sim Classic, which is being built by Jaks, I think, Jaks. This is me hoping this red signal's not for me. I don't think it is. I think it's for the track to my right. We'll know in a moment. It's a problem with driving with the HUD off. You don't know what's going on. Melbourne Train Guy had not considered those routes. Yeah, the Chatham main line is actually a really good route, so if you don't have it, you might consider getting the annual release. I can't remember what the German one is, but I know it's a good one. It's another one that the community really likes, so another good opportunity. I thought we were getting close. I'm not a fan of Saluda Grade. It's off goes the fog machine. It's not the best route in the world, Saluda Grade. It's completely unprototypical, and the locomotives on Saluda Grade were actually specialised. They're the only ones that I'm aware of in the US where you could have air brakes and dynamic brakes simultaneously. And the other thing you need to do Saluda Grade properly is retainers, and the game doesn't simulate retainers. What a retainer does is when you put the brakes on a carriage, oops. Come on, you. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. You are going to do it. Let's knock the brakes off again because we're not going to get to the stopping point. Sigh. At least we get to hear the 66 rev up again. Yep, go into the red and stay there. Looks like a good plan. But retainers hold, when you put the air brakes on and then you release them, retainers will hold the brake application, or half the brake application, so that the brakes actually stay on the carriages a little bit. You can't actually release them. And that's necessary to get down to 5.5% grade like Saluda. And the game does not simulate that, which means you're a little bit balked from a prototypical perspective. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Very good train. Lovely. There we go. That's not too much speeding given that I was running HUD-free there. I'm happy with that. So it's 10:15. I did promise the other half I'd finish at 10:30 this morning because we have got people expected about then. So let's find something that'll run for about 15 minutes. We can run the first part of the 37, or we can just come back and run another 323. We'll run a 323. We'll run a Birmingham Cross City 323 and 5:27 in the morning. When are we? May? Yeah, that'd be light. That'd be all right. Let's go. Jimmy Darley, how are you? Back at New Street, of course. Stay head and master key. Forwards, doors. Aren't we supposed to open the doors? Maybe not. But that's okay. Maybe this is an empty cars or something. That's all of them, I think. Let's get a window open so we can get better noises. I think we're not meant to have the doors open, so maybe I'll close them. What are we? We're this little one here, and we're not in service. Very good, so we're in empty cars. We're often at empty cars anyway in this game. And we have got a red signal right in front of us, so I might whack on the DRA, so we don't accidentally forget. Oh, there we go. Off we go to Four Oaks, platform 3 as an empty cars. A bit of an unusual one to run. Just catching up with the chat. Lord Vectron says, I did see they'll maintain TSC to make sure it will load. And Maddie Lynn says, I think anything that's a game simulator is always going to have problems with the hardware. It's going to be on the game to be optimized for its full potential. It is. So how long more till it stops working? So change again probably in 5 years. I think they're pretty safe until about 2032 when there's a library that they're using which will come out of date in about 2032 and come out of support. It doesn't mean it'll stop working, but they may have to change that. It's one of the redistributable libraries they use. And that one's going to be like a Y2K. It's the 2010 Visual C++ redistributable. And so far, Microsoft don't actually have a replacement for it. So about half of the software you run every day is written in C++ and uses that redistributable package. So that's going to be a big one when that comes. Oralici says if there's Lord Vectron, then there's Lord Taurus. Potentially. Vectron is a nice loco. Melbourne Train Guy says, meant about the shadows and distant scenery. TSC is not your cuppa. Fair enough. Lizard Man says, I'd love a Shinkansen route on here. I can't find anything on any train sim so far. The nearest is the Chinese high speed. It's the nearest thing you'll find to a Shinkansen. I'll be riding a Shinkansen soon because I'll be in Tokyo in July. We're going down to Osaka. We'll be riding the Shinkansen down there. I'm also going to be heading a little further south than Osaka and riding the Bing Bong trains, which if you know them from Train Sim Classic. I think this mod puts better posters on. There you go. Smoking, vaping, or bog snorkeling. What the hell is bog snorkeling? What is bog snorkeling? British people? Let me know. Is that what you do with your head in the toilet? Bad guy, because Jamie doesn't do the streams either, was one of the first things I noticed. Lack of news about it from the development has pretty much ceased on it. Yeah, they're not doing any more dev at all. They've actually come out and said that, so... I kind of knew that was a thing for a long time, but until they said it, I couldn't. Because the way the NDA works with Dovetail is anything that you learn through internal communication, so talking with Matt or whatever, you can't reveal it unless you're either explicitly told you can, and usually you're given a date, or they come out and say it publicly, and then you can talk about it. There were plans to continue working on TSC. And they just decided not to. And I think that the main challenge was around keeping the wealth of DLC actually working, because it's very hard to change that thing and keep everything working. Yep, we've gone green up there. So we roll through Aston. $3:20 AM in Greece, Jimmy. Ooh, that's a bit early. Just a tad early there. No, there's no HSTs derivable, Melbourne Train Guy. I think they only just go off the route. I don't know what hand signal that's supposed to be, but whatever. It doesn't look like a hand signal I'd recognise. I mean, it's close to come to me, which is this, but I'm sure that's what they mean it to be. C says they may as well wait for TSW6. Well, you know, nothing is announced to C. It's not a thing officially. But if you look back on last year and the year before that and the year before that, A bit like the sales, they're just a tad predictable, really. So we shall see what the future brings. We will see what we get a little later this year. It's not terribly far off the annual package announcement, whether it's a different version of Train Sim World, or we stick with 5, or we go to 6, and we have, what they will be is an annual package that has 3 routes in it. And there will probably be a it was a bear, and there will probably be a standard and a deluxe and things like that. I'm hoping, if it is a version change, that they continue the free upgrade practice like they did last year with the free starter pack. I think that was an absolute winner of a decision, because it reduced the people who were playing older versions of the sim because of the upgrade cost barrier. Because, I mean, face it, not everybody can afford to upgrade. Mind you, if you're playing Caltrain, you're going to have to keep TSW5 installed if there is a new version, because it probably won't work in the new version. Unless you copy the DLC over, then maybe. If you're lucky, it'll work. If they haven't changed the key. Gravelly Hill. Shouldn't be working that close to the line without a flagman. Naughty. Hello, Fizzy, or F-I-Z-Y. I assume you're Fizzy. Lizard Man says Shinkansen is great. Are you getting Nozomi to Osaka? The N700S is beautiful. Tokyo to Osaka. I'll check out Nozomi though. I'll see where it is. Because I have actually ridden the one that we're going to go on. We got it from a intermediate station last time after a bus tour we went on. It was really funny because we went on the bus tour, went to Mount Fuji, we went down to some lakes and saw some floating gates and visited a volcano and a bunch of other stuff like you do as a tourist. And as we got down to, I can't remember what city it was. Omaka? Maybe Omaka, something like that. They said that you've got a choice at this point. We'll either give you a Shinkansen ticket, and you can be back in Tokyo in 40 minutes, or you can stay on the bus and be back in Tokyo in 3 hours. Most of us took the Shinkansen tickets and bailed. And that, I have to say, is a completely Japanese reaction to keep their customers happy, because there was some ridiculous traffic that was going to delay them going back. And they just said, we're happy to put you on the Shinkansen so that this doesn't affect you. We'll take you to the station and we'll show you where to go. And most of us did that. I can't imagine too many other countries where you'd get that. I have zero respect for Mr. Beast's I will eat you. You should look up what he's been accused of being involved in. Just leave it at that. Make your own choices. Bad Guy says, and some of that content is massively old. Yeah, the DLCs for Train Sim Classic, they go right back to 2008. So, yes, they are rather old. And the developers don't even exist anymore, really. I just got a calendar reminder from my phone that I have to finish at 10:40. Alright, we'll finish this one anyway. We're not far off it. Melbourne Train Guy says there were some HST empty car moves on the normal timetable that were a little weird and fun. Fair enough. Well, they're still there because the normal timetable's still there. You can still play it if you want to. I will eat you would be interested in having a 411. C says 3 months. Yeah, it's not long to wait. And I'm sure you can guess why I'm coming to the UK. And this year I'm timing it better. Last year I had got to the point where I just had to make a guess of when the ambassador thing was going to be on. And try and time it well, and I got it wrong by a week, and that's life. I was unable to extend. This time at least I know when it's on, so now I've got to start looking for airfares that aren't ridiculous. My other half wanted to come, but she's just got a new job, so she can't. So, a future trip. So I'll leave Scotland out because she particularly wants to go to Scotland and Isle of Man and a few other places, so I will leave those out of my trips until I can do that together with her. She's not that much interested in the railways around England because, you know, she's not a railway person, but she'll put up with them because she'll come with me as long as I put up with her castles, which I think is a fair exchange. Vigilance. Oh, Bad Guy found out what bong snorkeling is. It's a thing about chugging drinks. Okay. Bad Guy says, I'd like to see them doing more season passes where you pay so much you get 3 routes like they did with Rush Hour. Yeah, that could be a good thing. It was popular. Popular is probably the biggest part of the deal. Lizard Man says Nozomi is the train name. It's the one that takes the least stops. Oh, okay, fair enough. I'm amazed at the Shinkansen, to be honest, because leaving... I'm not 100% sure what that station was called, but I think within about 2.5 minutes, we were doing 200 kilometers an hour, and you didn't feel it. It's just like it does. It's like it's not moving. It's unbelievably good. Fizzy says, just subbed, off to bed. Ah, sleep well. Enjoy. Thank you for subbing. Bad Guy says, I agree with that sentiment. Lord Vectron, channels like Mr. B specifically target kids, and that's borderline grooming. Look, yeah. I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to get sued by anybody, particularly not someone with a lot of money who's known for suing people. But just have a look. That's all I'll say. Have a look. Do your own research. Not going there, see? Jack M says, do you remember the first route you played in TSW or TSC? Either Southeastern High Speed or Donna Pass. I can actually tell you what it was in TSC. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, we've got 400 yards. Hang on. This was my first TSC when it was called Rail Simulator. And does it actually say what the route is? Doesn't, does it? Let's have a look. It does actually have a manual. Look. An actual manual. we come crawling into this station, 5 miles an hour. And where's the route? What was it? Driving a steam, driving an electric, driving steam, introducing the world editor. I need some power. Frankman. Warning and error messages. It doesn't actually say what the route is. Yeah. But it was Great Western. I know that. Maybe it's Great Western. And I bought a DLC, which was... what was it? Cajon Pass. There you go. I bought Cajon Pass for it. So there you go. I think it was Great Western and Cajon Pass. As we arrive into Four Oaks, and I'll pay attention to arriving now, we'll run into the buffers. I got into train simulation with Microsoft Train Simulator when it came out, which MSTS kind of turned into Rail Simulator, which kind of turned into Railworks, which kind of turned into Train Sim Classic. So it's not exactly the same game, but there's elements that have lived all the way through. Up until TSW5, there was actually an algorithm from Train Sim Classic in Train Sim World. It was the last one. And that was the way the rain worked on the driver's window. But they took that out in TSW5 and did the rain in a different way with Unreal. Alrighty, welcome to Four Oaks, and this will be it for today's stream because, like I said, we do have a lot of family coming and there's stuff that needs doing before they get here. Did a lot of it yesterday, but need to do some more today. And my in-law parents will probably turn up in the next 10 to 15 minutes would be my guess, just based on history, because they do. There we go. Open doors. And that's it. Alrighty. So it's been a fun stream today. Enjoyed your company. C says you're going there to get your TSW6 t-shirt. Well, you know, you'll know. Bad Guy says, how long is the flight from England to Australia or vice versa? The quickest is 21 hours, and that's only available in summer. And that's a direct flight, Melbourne to London. There's only one company that does it, and they arrive on no fuel. So it's an interesting flight. Most of the time, it's about 32 hours with your stopovers. And you either stop in Singapore, or you stop in Malaysia, or you stop in China. There's one where you stop in Japan. There's Dubai, or what's the other one? Yeah, there's another Arab stopover anyway that you can do. Or you can fly to America and then do it, and that's like 45 hours, which is a bit crazy. And to be honest, right now, with the orange pumpkin in power, there ain't no way I'm going to America. It's just not happening. I'm allergic to pumpkins. Anyway, enjoy yourselves. I'll let people know more about my trips. Well, not great detail because, look, if people from UK do want to meet up with me, I'm open for those kinds of things if they're people that I've gotten to know. If I don't really know you, then, yeah, maybe. We'll see. But if I'd known you from the chat and things like you, like I met C last time and a few others, so it was really good. And yeah, so enjoy yourselves. Have fun. We will see you next one. Next official one is Wednesday night. I'm going to do Subway Sim 2 since the upgrade. And we'll see what else comes up, whether I feel like streaming something else during the week or not. And definitely next Sunday as well. And next Sunday, I'll try and get the East Coast Main Line timetable going with the guy that's making it, because it looks like a really good timetable. He's just having some troubles getting it to work. So we'll have a go with that and see where we go. Actually, what I will run next Sunday, I'll say it now, I'll run the Oakville one, the Oakville passenger one. I reckon that looks pretty cool. So that'll take us to Canada. Alrighty, have fun, folks. Enjoy. See you later. Bye.